So 44A on electricity and electronics and the Crystal Set radio. Okay, part 1 on the 1st of May 2022. Now I'm going to try and pause this, and it's giving me a lot of trouble. Now this is my cabbage patch here, and it's all set, some things growing, but it won't be too long until that's all weeds, so it's going to be a bit of work trying to get rid of them. So we'll pause again. So I've used the cabbage patch because there's no traffic going in and out here. That's why I use it. No tractors or something like that. And just if you look up here on this ash tree, if you go up far enough, you'll see, but you'll need good eyesight, just above the little piece sticking out, there is an insulator screwed into the tree. And across here then is a wire. And that wire goes across to that tree there. It's about 45 meters long. We'll pause just there now. Now if you look about 2 foot below that branch sticking out, and I don't think you're going to see it, there's an insulator there stuck into that tree, and the wire comes to it from below, and then it travels on over to the building. So it's about, to the left here is about 50 yards, and to the right is about 35 yards, and it travels across to a building like that, and you can see it going on there. Now folks, that cable that you saw, that wire crosses then to this house upstairs and goes through the window, and it's taken from outside, from the insulator, through this piece of copper wire. You can buy that wire, you don't need that much of it, to bring it from wherever you have it anchored through an insulator outside, to bring it into where you're going to have your crystal radio. Now, I think that's all I need to show you now. You understand now, please, again. I can't show you it reversed the way the direction of this, but we have that one. We have that wire, sorry a minute. Not easy, not easy. So this is very important. There on the right there, the copper wire, that's the aerial coming in, and on the left is the ground. And actually there's a current flowing between them two. Now, I'm just going to pause the camera for a wee minute. If I get cut off, you'll understand that's what has happened, okay? So there's fingers all over the place, so we'll just pause. Now if I take a multimeter and I hold one end of this wire here with my hand, which is not easy done, and touch it to the aerial, you see that there's a voltage flowing. There's a voltage flowing. Now I haven't enough hands. I just don't have enough of hands for this. But I'm using my own body as an earth, and it's the same thing. So it's all difficult here, folks. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to get this done the way I want it because I've no one to help me. But the thing about it is, anyway, just to show you that again, there's the multimeter. It's showing very, very little voltage. There's nothing that you get that in it. Here's the wire coming in. When I touch this to this, I see that the voltage rises. That voltage that's coming there is actually the signal coming in off the air. That's the signal that's coming in. That's the alternating current signal. Now I'm just going to take this because I cannot hold this to the wire, but I get the same result anyway. And I'm going to just hold this here like this, and try to hold this like this. And no, so there now I'm getting fingers are replaced. When I touch it to it over here, now I'm touching to the aerial, I get an increase. There's an alternating current voltage coming in on that wire. That's the point I'm making. See it there? And there's the multimeter, and that's AC current, and there is a voltage coming in. So what that means is there is a very weak voltage coming in there. So folks, what we're actually looking at, get rid of the multimeter for a minute, is that while you cannot see it, there is a little bit of a battery effect there, or a voltage. There's a current coming in on that wire from the aerial I've shown you outside, and it's forming a power source. In other words, if you had some type of way of receiving it or measuring it or using it, you have the power station, the what do you call it, coming in. You have the signal, as they call it, or the alternating current, low voltage, coming in there on the copper wire, and I'm putting the earth to it here, and that's causing a dead short. So when you put your radio between the two, you get in effect a radio. Now we let it go on that, folks, and I'm going to try and do a bit of a setup on that. We'll call it off of that. Give me a thumbs up and thumbs down. So what you've seen, folks, here is you've seen the aerial, you've seen the earth coming in. It's buried down on the ground outside, and you've seen the two ends of it here. And that's very important that in future videos you'll understand the difference. I'll use the very same wires, the difference between the two. Okay, one is the earth and the other is the aerial. And actually, I have found that my fingers, my own fingers, operate as a kind of an earth. That's not that unusual. They act as a kind of an earth and give you a measurement. So that's it. We'll switch off the multimeter and we'll see you back now. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and we'll see you back for more of this. Bye.